Again. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Navagraha yoga session. So today we are going to be doing mainly pranayama practice for the spine. And so today I do often do mainly chanting in the beginning of our practice. So if you're starting in the morning, perhaps when we conclude, I always suggest facing east. And, in the morning practice, as we are honoring Surya, today is Sunday. For those of you who are starting out, I'm actually toward the end of my day. And also, a great way to start any Sunday or morning practice is with the Gayatri mantra. But this morning, we're going to get through more asana than I usually do in the practice. So I'm just going to begin with either hands in, Gyan Mudra on the knees. And depending on how flexible your hips are, your length of practice, your comfort, you can either put one foot into the knee, or if you have access to both feet, you can put both feet into your meditation stance. If you'd like to, you can place a block underneath the hips so that you can ensure that your pelvis is stable. What we're looking for in our meditation posture is that the spine is centered, that the head is balanced, and that we're not holding any tension in the neck or in the shoulders, because we will be sitting in this posture for a fairly long time, and this can be really uncomfortable in and of itself. So either hands on the knees, settle in, and we'll begin. Just hands in front of the heart in Namaskar. Closing the eyes and just taking a few breaths through the nose into the belly. Taking a deep inhale, beginning our class with 3 Om. We're making an Aum sound, so it's round. Aum. Okay. Inhaling. Aum. Become conscious of breathing through the nose in today's practice. If you can use Ujjayi breathing and you understand Ujjayi breathing, then incorporate Ujjayi breathing. But more important than kind of getting too fixated on any thought about it is just to breathe through the nose. So just let's take the palms up over the head. Inhale, lift hands. Exhale, let the chin follow. Just bring the chin into the chest. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, chin down, chin follows. Inhale, arms, inhale up, look to hands. Spinal twist, left hand over right knee. Inhale, exhale, over the right shoulder. As we inhale, we want to elongate the spine, lead with the heart, and you want to, if possible, gaze over the right shoulder. Take a few deep breaths into the belly. Inhaling, arms up over the head. Inhale. Right arm now over the opposite leg. So right hand over left knee. Again, our base is still centered and it doesn't move. It's heavy and grounded. Our roots, our Muladhara chakra grounding down. Inhaling, elongating through the spine, crown of the head to the heavens, and allowing the torsion through the spine. So you're rotating, looking over the shoulder, inhaling, exhale. Coming back to the center. If you'd like to, you could change the cross of the legs, unless you have both legs in your meditation posture. Rotate the shoulders around, stretching the shoulders, rolling the shoulders up and through, and change directions. And let's just move head to the right, head to the center, head to the left. Again, every other part of the body is still grounded. The energy of Muladhara is pulling down. The head of the crown is really kind of reaching for the heavens. The spine is being pulled up tall and long. The base is grounded and rooted into the earth. Chin down to the chest. And if you have access to this, you can just roll one ear to the other, one ear to the shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. And again, allow all of the energy of the shoulders, chest, body to relax. So you're just allowing the head and the neck, bit of mobility. Some people find it jarring, so if you do, don't do this. But if you'd like to, you can rotate full circle with the cervical spine and those top vertebrae of the neck. Open the jaw, stretch the face, release the tension from the jaw, the center of the face. And one more, just a big stretch with the mouth. And we're just going to look left to right with just the eyes. So the eyes are going to move to the corner of the left and right. So our head is still, body is still. And it's just our eyes all the way to the left, then to the right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Coordinating the eyes. And full eye circles all the way clockwise with just the eyes and the other way. Just the eyes are moving now. Close the eyes, squinch the eyes, and just give your face and hands a little squeeze. Rotate the wrists, move the fingers. And let's begin head and ribs. So the head and ribs move side to side. So our rib cage is moving side to side. The ribs are moving left. The head is moving right. And now, hopefully, we have a little bit more mobility in the shoulders, the head, and the neck. And we're just going to allow the mobility into the rib cage, head and ribs, head and ribs, head and ribs. So even with me, you can see that as I move, essentially one shoulder comes down as the head moves. The more I mobilize through just the rib cage, just the ribs moving left and right, the less movement really. Just a few more practice. Still maintaining a heavy base, tall spine. Coming to the center, deep inhale into the belly, exhale. Just going to take the right arm down. You can either let it reach out to the side of the mat. If you have access, you can bring your whole elbow down. What you want to do though is make sure that this opposite hip is not lifting in order for you to reach. So if you need to, you can come up onto the hand or use a prop. You don't want the whole opposite side of the body to lift in order for you to be arching over. So either the top arm comes up and is nice and parallel to the bottom arm. So you've got a straight line from the top of the finger all the way down. Or if you feel that this is stable and not lifting or pulling, you can reach that arm all the way up and over. Open the heart toward the sky. Look into your elbow crease and breathe into the belly. Long, strong breaths. Allow the opposite hip to fall to the floor. Inhale, exhale, other side. Reaching over. Gonna move back so you can see me. Arms coming down, left arm if you can access the floor. Otherwise, you're up on the hand, or you can use a block, a prop, whatever. Top arm reaches up tall. Find your way to allow the opposite hip to fall down toward the floor, grounding, breathing. Top arm up and over, twisting the heart to the sky, looking into the elbow of crease of the elbow on the top arm. Allow that opposite leg to fall in toward the floor. Deep breaths into the side ribs. Inhale back to center. And we're just going to do a seated cat. So you're going to exhale. Rotate the spine so that the pelvis rolls under. And you really are creating a giant C shape with the spine as, and I'll turn to the side so you can see it this way. We're going to rotate the pelvis under C shape and then roll the chest through, arch forward, roll the shoulders back. So underneath, rotate the spine back, giant C shape. And then lead with the heart, roll the shoulders back, lifting chin. Roll the spine back. And in your own time, just roll through, do a few, inhale, exhaling. Just gonna turn to the front. If you have had just one cross of the legs, you're welcome to change the cross. It's getting uncomfortable. Facing the center now, you're gonna take your right hand over the left knee. So that Right palm is going to cross over the right knee, and you're going to lean over with the right shoulder toward the knee. You should be able to feel a little bit of resistance and pull here. And you're just going to reach the top arm over. So you got that really nice resistance. There's a huge amount of twist and rotation, torso, heart. Lead with the arm, allow the resistance that you're creating through the knee and arm to create space. Open the chin, open the chest. Don't allow any lift through the hip. Inhale. Exhale, forward, flow forward. Deep inhale. Exhale here. And again, in your forward bend, allow those hips to ground into the earth. Deep inhale. Take 3 deep breaths into the back. 3 long, deep Ujjayi breaths. Change the cross of the legs. You need to. Coming back to the center, now taking the left palm over the right knee. Again, create that torsion and a little bit of resistance. So you're leaning left shoulder over left knee, inhaling the arm up. And again, you decide, don't compromise on the space to breathe by wanting to get somewhere. There's nowhere to get to. It's just about experiencing what your body needs. Open, expand the heart if you can, if you wish. Rotate the top arm up and over. But you don't have to. Feel it. Breathe into it. Open. Inhale. Up to the center. Inhale here. Forward bend. Inhaling. Exhaling. Deep breaths into the back. Inhale. Exhale. We're just going to unravel the legs. And we're going to expand and open the arms wide. Come back further so you can see me. So I have my legs open and give them a little shake. Maybe roll the ankles out. Happy toes. Opening the arms, inhaling. Spine is long. Head is tall. We're going to inhale, twist. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. On the exhalation, I'm taking the small finger of the hands to the outside, almost to meet the opposite foot, so that I can really rotate the arm back and behind me. So inhaling. Inhaling deep. Exhaling, twist, and allow the arm behind you. Travel and open. Inhaling. Feet and arms. Arms up, feet together, toes are open. So your toes are opening. There should be a space between all the toes, active toes. Inhaling, ground your hips into the ground. Pull the feet toward you. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the chin into the chest. C shape with the spine, forward bend. If you have access to the toes, hold the toes. Otherwise, holding ankles. And I'm going to turn just to show you what you need to feel for yourself is, are any of the hip bones or pelvis lifting in order for you to feel like you're going forward? So essentially, what you want to have is that the hips and pelvis are even and that the heart is moving toward the knees. If this is as far as you go, that's fine. If you wish, you can extend and expand as long as you've got space to breathe. Keep your Ujjayi breath and just deep breathing. Inhaling, exhaling in the forward bend. So we're here. Coming back to the center. And let's come on to all fours. So I'll turn now. We're going to do Marjorie Asana, which is active cat. Inhaling. Exhale, draw the tailbone under on an exhalation. Deep breaths. Inhale. In this posture, you almost want the tailbone to be smiling at the back of the head. On the opposite direction, you want the chin and the face to be smiling at the pelvic bone. So just, those might be some good cues. Inhaling. Exhale. Move on your breath. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Keep going in your own time. I'm just going to turn the mat so that I can do the next postures on the side so you can see what I'm doing. For those of you who've been practicing longer, you can make this a very active pranayama. Three, two, and one. Exhale now into child's pose. Open the knees, heart to the floor. And here you can place the forehead on the mat with the arms extended, or you can bring the arms behind you. Deep breaths into the back. Inhale to all fours. Inhale. Rotate, open the right arm to the ceiling. And exhale that arm underneath, bringing the top of the arm. You can rotate onto the shoulder, twist the head here. Now you can stay here, or you can open the arm out, the top arm. Make sure there's space between the chin and the shoulder. As you expand, what you want, I'll do it again, on this side is expansion. So you want the head, if the head is on the floor, you want the entire shoulder joint and shoulder girdle, if you can, toward the floor, opening the top arm and creating space between the chin and the chest. Breathing here. So inhale. We'll start again on the right. Inhale. Open, expand, top arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Very nice. Exhale. And from here, let's hop into mountain, Parvatasana. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling through the feet. Energy balance through the feet and through the hands. As simple as Parvatasana is, many practitioners really just hurry through it. It's actually important to get it balanced. And everybody is different. You really want expansion in the back, which means that weight has to be even between hands. Open palms, energy across small finger to thumb and palm of the hand. Toes active, expanding in the back, drawing up from navel. Now, many people have tight hamstrings. So if you need to bend the knees, bend them. Inhale. Exhale. Knees. We're going to take the left leg through. Inhaling, open. Expanding, open and out. And we're just going to twist all the way. So our left leg is bent and our right hip is stretching and our right arm and left are opening. Hands together. Same thing. Open and reach. Expand here, leaving space, looking over the back arm. Inhale. Right to left. Open. And breathe. Take the right hand to the floor. Tuck the back toes under. Now create balanced energy between the right arm and the left. Use the energy to open and expand the arm up. Back leg is strong. Inhale. Back knee comes down. Left, either side of right. Knees, chin, chest. Bhujangasana. Cobra. Inhaling. Exhale. Opposite side, stepping through with right. So we're sitting into the left hip. My toes just so you can see, are down. So I'm sitting forward into the left hip. And same thing, I'm going to bring the arms in front of me, open and twist out, looking behind the body, toward the back thumb. Both hands together. Inhale. Exhaling, opening out, looking to thumbs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Bringing the right hand outside of the left. Right hand outside of the right. Tuck the toes under. Back leg comes up. Find your posture. Lean into the inside hand. Open and expand out. Nice and strong back leg. Leaning into the left side, into the left arm. Everything is open and expanding. Nothing is cramped, crouched, or freezing. It's opening, expanding, and breathing. Your body doesn't have to look like mine. It doesn't. But it does have to be opening, expanding, and breathing. Knees, chin, chest. Cobra. And just 5 deep breaths in Cobra. Now with Cobra, some people find it pinches intensely in the sacral vertebra. If that's the case, turn the toes in toward each other. And just turn the toes in. And that allows a little bit more space. But really, you need to roll the shoulders back and look up and breathe. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, Parvatasana. Mountain. Inhale, lift right. Exhale, step right through both hands. Inhale. Warrior. 1. Virabhadrasana. So your back foot and your back leg, depending on the rotation of your hip, you can turn the back foot and the back leg here. But I would rotate the hips so that they're squared and you're up on the back toe, so that your hips and pelvis are square. And you're really sitting into the leg. Inhaling, bringing left elbow over right knee. Inhale, pull your heart through, strong back leg. Prayer posture, pulling down to the heart. Twisting and expanding and opening. Breathing. If you're finding you're losing balance in this posture, widen your train track with the legs. And make your base wider so that you have more balance. Inhale. Both hands either side of the foot. Step back into plank. Knees, chin, chest. Roll through. Inhale, exhale. Parvatasana. Inhaling, opposite leg. Exhale, step through, same thing, other side. Find your base. Maybe you need to widen the legs, track the legs wider. Sitting down, make sure that your hips are squared and that you've given the majority of the base, the weight. The feet, the legs and the trunk. Stabilize for the arms to lift. So the arms are light. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, bring the elbow over the knee. Twist the heart. Bring the heart to the center. Breathe here. Understand that every side is different. Take your time. If you need to rebalance, do that. Inhaling. Exhaling. Exhale, both hands, either side of the foot. Step back into plank. And you can either full chaturanga or eastern chest, up to you. Pose. Roll through, inhale. Exhale. Parvatasana. 5 deep, long Ujjayi breath. It's an ocean sound. Coming down to our knees. Camel pose. So for camel, we're opening the heart. You can either reach back and hold onto your heels, or you can just put the thumbs in the sacral spine and arch back. Or, as I said, depending on the flexibility of the spine and the hips and so on, continue to create the space. You're still opening and expanding, still breathing, no matter where you are. Keep breathing. And I'll just turn the mat. Inhale back. Exhale into child's pose. And I'll turn the mat so I can sit with you. So you're in child's pose now. Let's bring the feet through to comfortable seat. We're going to do 3 rounds of Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati is one of the oldest forms of purification. Some people call it skull shining breath. Some people call it the breath of fire. So the emphasis is the exhale. If you're thinking about the inhalation, if you're thinking too much, then you're losing the emphasis of what Kapalbhati can do. It's a really powerful detoxifier for the blood, and it changes the oxygen in the body. And I welcome everyone to do the breath holds if you feel comfortable. When I do the breath holds, do them according to your own strength, or follow my counts. But if you feel you need to breathe, breathe. And then the more you practice, hopefully, depending on how it makes you feel, the more comfortable you'll be. So we'll do 3 rounds Kapalbhati. Sit comfortably in your comfortable seat, meditation pose. Make sure your hips are even. On the exhalation through the nose, for those of you who feel confident to breathe through the nose, I'll just do 1 round so that you can see. The shoulders are relaxed. So as I exhale through the nose, the navel on the exhalation is pulling into the spine. If you need to do this on a louder breath because it's easier, you can do it on the ha sound. But in a way, the exhalation through the nose has a much more direct, is really the original practice. Okay. So let's begin. Closing eyes, relaxing shoulders, spine tall, head tall. On an inhale. Exhale. Exhale, 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 empty, empty, empty the breath. Bring the chin into the chest so the breath hold is completely empty there. Jalandhar, which is the knee, which is the chin to the chest. Uddiyana, which is the lock from the pelvic floor pulling up. Navel's pulling to the spine and up. Holding air out according to your strength, or for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting chin, inhaling, holding breath in. Hold the breath according to your strength, or for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and take a few regulating breaths. And let's begin again on the exhale. So maybe you want to start with an inhale. Exhale, 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 empty, 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 Jalandhar band. Chin to chest, holding the air out. Root lock. Lifting chin, inhale. Deep inhale, hold the air in. You're welcome to hold the air in longer if you wish, or on my count for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Just a few regulating breaths. Last round, Kapalbhati. Beginning on an inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Empty, empty, empty. Chin to chest, Jalandhar band. Pulling up from root lock. Pelvic floor muscles are engaged, pulling up. And the very ancient practice of pulling the navel up, if you wish. Lifting chin, inhale. Deep inhale and hold. Exhale, regulating breaths. Deep inhale, exhale. Let's lie down on our backs. Okay, I'm just gonna put it around so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so we're on our back now. Let's just do a few hip bridges and then an inversion before we finish today. So let's just start to bring the heels toward the hips. Happy toes, wiggle the toes, make sure that the toes are energetically active. Bring the hips up. So here, let's just practice curling the pelvis and peeling the spine off the mat so that we don't basically injure ourselves, pushing the pelvis to the ceiling too quickly. When you're here, you can practice taking the hands, interlocking them underneath you, and start to bring the shoulder blades together underneath the body. So the shoulders are rolling under the back, and really the energy is driving across the feet. And you're driving down through the heels, pressing the hips to the ceiling, create space between the chin and the chest. Breathing here. If you feel a pinch in your sacral spine, you're welcome to support with the hands or widen the legs if that also sometimes can alleviate. And then just roll each vertebra of the spine gently down, all the way down to the tailbone, to the sacral spine, and hug the knees in. Do a little rock onto the spine, side to side, to get a little bit of energy into the sacral spine. Tape, maybe if you want to, some of those glutes, those big muscles that support the hips and the rest of the legs and the back. Hug the knees in. Bring the head in toward the knees. Hug yourself like a little ball. Big squeeze. And release. And let's do one more. Bridge. Bring the tailbone gently up off the mat. Peel the spine. Roll the shoulders under. Drive higher for those of you that feel strong enough or wish to go into full wheel. You're welcome to do it at this time. Extend the chin open through the chest. Drive. This is active legs. It's active through the feet. Inhaling, exhaling, staying with the breathing. Inhale, unravel the spine, letting go of the shoulders, each vertebra coming down to the mat. Hug the knees in, bring the head to the knees. Maybe rock up and down a little bit, just get some energy along the spine. And I welcome either an inversion for those of you who are in the middle of a menstrual cycle or don't feel comfortable or confident to go into full inversion into shoulder stand. You're welcome to stay with the legs, just resting in this position against a wall or just straight up in the air. But try to imagine that the balls of the feet are walking on the sky. For those of you who wish to, you can go into full shoulder stand here. Again, tucking the shoulders and the elbows toward each other, supporting the spine. In the shoulder stand, you want to create space between the chin and the chest. Make sure that you're not closing the airway. And you want the balls of the feet looking to toes. 10 to 20 breaths here. So you're either in a low inversion or you're in the full shoulder stand. For those who are in shoulder stand, when you've completed your 10 to 20 breaths, bring the legs into plow. Again, creating the space between the chin and the chest, not to block the airways. For those of you who are in the low inversion, maybe pull the toes down into just a happy baby. Bring the knees in toward the shoulders. And I invite you to do any kind of final wrist and ankle rolls and toe movements and big stretches before we go into our final Shavasana. Allow the toes and the arms to flop to the side of the body. Bones to the ground. Make sure the face is relaxed. Face and face muscles relax. Just begin to return to your body by taking deep breaths into the belly. Take a deep breath into the belly and release with a sigh of ah. When you're ready, just rolling over onto the right side of the body. Coming back to comfortable seat. Happy inhale. Happy exhale. Hands to the heart in Namaskar. We'll finish today's practice with 3 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhaling. Ah. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. A wonderful Sunday, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Lots of love. And I'll see you hopefully next Sunday for another Sunday Asana practice. Have a good week, everybody.